Hey now, fans of Mandalorian cult members, how was that for an episode of The Mandalorian, you filler episode complaining punks? S2E3 of The Mandalorian, titled The Heiress, was loaded with excellence, so let's get right to the Easter egg references and best moments breakdown. We start things off with a familiar sounding alert as the crest approaches Trask, and the sound is just like the alert we hear when the Falcon is about to roll up on the exploded Alderaan in A New Hope. On Trask, we get to see a familiar alien species in the form of a Mon Calamarian dock worker. You'll also notice that they use modified AT-ATs as cranes to haul crap out of the ocean like Mando's busted-ass ship. Thanks to being on a water planet, we also get to see a Quarren alien, a species that shares a homeworld with Mon Calamarians. At the dock, we get to see Mercedes Varnado's character again, and for those keeping score, that is Sasha Banks' real-life name. This one may be a stretch, but I couldn't help but be reminded of the food hoses on the Nebuchadnezzar from The Matrix when Din orders up the kids some chowder. While I'm stretching things, I also found the kids' lunch to resemble a facehugger from the Alien franchise, at least its action in wanting to hug the kid's face. Alright, so for the big bang moment of the episode, we finally get to meet the live-action Bo-Katan, played by Katie Sackhoff, who also voiced the character in the Clone Wars and Rebels series. She's joined by new characters Casca Reeves, aka Sasha, and Axe Woves, who is played by Simon Cassianides. In another revealing moment, we learn that Din is a child of the Watch, which is a Mandalorian cult that stemmed from Death Watch, another cult that helped to tear Mandalore apart thanks to Pre Vizsla and Darth Maul, and quite frankly, Bo herself. Watch the Clone Wars, people. This shit is too important now with how Dave and John are folding these mains into Mando. Oh, she also mentions the Purge, something we've heard about a few times in this series. Bo and her owls, along with Mando, set out to take a Gozanti-class freighter, which is a ship that first appeared in The Phantom Menace, and it also showed up in a few episodes of The Clone Wars. You'll also have to appreciate a joke about how bad stormtroopers are at aiming, so cheers to Axe Woves for his couldn't hit a bantha line. When the Mandos attack, we get to hear another familiar alarm, and it's the iconic sounding Imperial "We are getting attacked by a small rebel force" alarm. The Man in Black himself, aka Titus Welliver, showed up as an Imperial officer trying to fend off the Mando attack. Amongst all the familiar Imperial weaponry, we can see the good old E-22 blaster rifle, which we first saw in Rogue One with the Shore Troopers. Bo-Katan mentions a new planet called Corvus, and while the planet seems new, the name Corvus is the same name of Iden Versio's ship from Battlefront 2. And we ended with a doozy when Bo finally name-dropped Ahsoka Tano, the live-action reveal we've all been waiting for. But will we have to wait one more episode to do so? The suspense is killing me. And now for the episode's best moments and a few key insights. I'm a sucker for silly gags, so I did appreciate the whole Razor Crest landing fail and subsequent dunk into the ocean. It seems the Crest being a hunk of junk is going to be a running gag this season, and I'm just fine with that. It's kinda like the Falcon in that regard. I'm also a sucker for love, so how could I not appreciate the Frog People reunion? Alright, now for a banger of a moment, and that is the arrival of live-action Bo-Katan and the newly revealed Casca Reeves and Axe Woves. We've known about Katie as real Bo rumors for a while, and considering her past with the character, it was just a great fan moment to see her come to life in flesh and blood format. You non-animated series believers are definitely missing out on some killer payoffs if you skipped Clone Wars and Rebels. Shame. We might as well stay on the ship scenes, because we get another awesome moment that helps to explain Mandalorian lore a bit more, and that is the fact that Din is a child of the Watch, which is a freaking Mandalorian cult stemming from Death Watch. So only these Kool-Aid drinkers spout the way and have the helmet rule, and based on Axe's comments, it sounds like actual Mandalorians think they're nutty, and a reason why the planet can't be reunited. Which all makes sense if you know what Death Watch did and helped to do on Mandalore during the Clone Wars. Again, watch the cartoons if you were ignorant towards them previously. At this point, I'm not sure there's anything cooler in Star Wars than watching live-action Mandalorians do their thing, so the whole beginning of the ship raid was pretty bitchin' if you catch my drift. One has to appreciate Bo trolling Din with his favorite "this is the way" line when she changes the deal on him to steal the Imperial ship. This exchange again shows how odd normal Mandos think the Child of the Watch are. We finally got us some Gideon this week, and you had to appreciate his take on the situation and his "long live the Empire" directive. This dude is a boss, and people fear him as much as Vader apparently. Even though Din may have been raised in a cult, he's still a freaking warrior pimp. So I had to mention his heroic move to eat a bunch of blaster fire to break through a trooper firing squad. I didn't see those normal Mandos trying to be heroes, so keep on drinking that "this is the way" Kool-Aid, Din. Bo gave us 2 additional lore-rich exchanges while on the bridge of the freighter. The first being her talk about Gideon and thinking he has her Darksaber, which again is very important because she needs it to rule Mandalore again, and she was the last one to have it when we last saw her in Rebels. So the whole Darksaber plot is thickening, and we all should love it. Oh, she also spoke the name of a Star Wars legend at this point when she graced our ears with the name of Ahsoka Tano. So like we've been telling you on the show, her inclusion in this series is a foregone conclusion. This next moment may not be impactful to the overall story, but you gotta love that the kid came full circle with his frog murder habit and now wants one for a pet. And finally, we end with another "the Razor Crest is a busted ass ship" gag when it loses some of its patchwork while making the jump to hyperspace. Kudos to Bryce Dallas Howard for a great episode. Make sure to tune in to the next episode of the Star Wars Time Show, in which myself and my co-host Nick will fully break down the Heiress and give our thoughts on it as a whole. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subbing to our YouTube channel. We'd also love for you to join in with our weekly Star Wars podcast and live stream, so use the links in this video's description or head to StarWarsTime.net to subscribe to the platform of your choice. There's always time for Star Wars Time, and remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time Show, the Force will be with you, always.